Okay, well, this is kind of where I'm at with this. I think this is on. Okay. Well, yeah, basically this is really difficult is what I found. What I've arrived at is the conclusion that my only chance at this killing Thargoids business is to discover the big secret behind it, which is, well, the main big secret is to have friends, somebody that can help you kill the Thargoid. But not everybody can do that. I mean, if you're a different kind of person, a person like me, a loner, a rebel, well, you're going to have to kill the Thargoid yourself. You have these bots out here, but face it, the bots are no help at all. It's nice when they're around, but they're useless. And if you're not careful, you'll accidentally kill one of them, and then in addition to the Thargoid, you're going to have them all shooting at you too. I know that because it happened to me. You have to be careful when these guys are around. The bots are useless, but they're dangerous. You don't want to shoot them. Well, they're inconvenient. Anyway, let's say you're a friendless loser, and you want to kill a Thargoid. Well, your best chance, from what I find here, is not to go to a combat zone. It's to go to one of these stations that are under attack. The major advantage here being, of course, that from time to time, when you get too much damage, you can break off. You can make an emergency landing at the station, get yourself repaired, and then get back out there and hopefully finish the job. This is not a perfect strategy. There's problems with it. For example, the Thargoid you're shooting at, you can spend 20 minutes shooting at a Thargoid, take too much damage, get back to the station, heal yourself up, and then get back out, and then you got to find the Thargoid you were shooting at. And where is he? Well, he could be way the hell out of scanner range. You may never find him again. Meanwhile, there's two other Thargoids at full health, 100 yards from the station, and they're both shooting at you as soon as you lift off. This is a problem. It's worth looking around to see if you can find the one you were shooting at before, so you don't waste all that effort anyway. Another thing to look out for when trying to pursue this strategy as the friendless loser that you are, when you're trying to get back to the station and dock to make your emergency repairs, there's a fairly good chance that the Thargoid you spent 20 minutes shooting at is going to follow you and continue trying to kill you because for some reason it doesn't want to let you go back and get repaired. It would rather just have you die. I'd call that good programming. I guess those are the major canards. Aside from that, this is pretty standard duty stuff. I figured out that yes, it probably is best to not have a shield. You probably just want to load up on hull reinforcements. I was using a Xeno limpet controller and a bunch of repair limpets and decontamination limits, but I kind of gave up on that. I decided I'd rather just have another hull reinforcement and use the station to repair myself and use silent running and overheating to get rid of contamination. I'm about to get rid of this stupid Xeno scanner too. I think I'd rather just have another shield reinforcement module, or whatever you call them. I mean, the scanner is nice. It's nice to have a little picture of the thing you're shooting at down there, but if you want to get the research scan, that's just about impossible. That's a skill I have not yet acquired. I think I'd be better off just with the shield buff. And also, everything you'd ever want to know about an interceptor, you can pretty much see just by looking at them. You can tell when there's a heart exposed. You can tell what you need to shoot. The hard part isn't knowing what to shoot, it's actually hitting the damn thing. Now, if you're using the gimbaled weapons, that probably helps you a lot. And it would be nice if you had the scanner working then too, so you could target on these things. But if you can't use the scanner, the gimbals aren't doing you much good. You might as well go with the fixed weapons. That's what I'm using here, because the Thargoid, he's a big fat target anyway. So then your only problem is hitting that exposed heart. It is difficult. But there is at least one thing you can do to make it a little bit easier, is if you get close enough to that Thargoid and he does that lightning bolt attack on you, well, if you're lucky, it'll paralyze you, but it'll paralyze you with you facing him, and you'll actually have a clear and easy shot at that exposed heart, if he happens to have one going at the time. And you can sometimes take a heart out pretty easy that way. But the lightning bolt damage doesn't seem to do a whole lot of damage anyway, so I'm not too worried about that. Yeah, hitting those hearts is very difficult, I gotta tell you. But with practice, a little bit easier. The scouts are harder to hit too with the fixed weapons, but with practice you can nail them too. The field neutralizer is definitely useful, but yeah, it also takes practice. There's a matter of timing with it. When the nice lady announcer announces that there's an energy pulse coming in, you wanna hesitate right around 1 or 2 seconds before you hit the neutralizer. You hit it too soon, the pulse is going to take you out. If you wait too long, it's going to take you out. You got to wait right around 1 or 2 seconds. It's probably a matter of how far away the interceptor is when he sets that thing off too, but it is kind of hard to get the timing right. Even after you practice it a bit, you're still going to miss it once in a while. At least I do. Yeah, these things are just a ton of work. Oh, I've also picked up the trick of I've got one of my larger mounts there. I've got a beam laser on it. He's engineered for long range, and he's got thermal vent on him. Because what I've been told is that if you keep your temperature down below 20 degrees, that if it yeah, there you go. That's the energy pulse. I successfully evaded it. Yeah, you're trying. If you can keep your temperature down below 20 degrees, you can seriously degrade the Thargoid's ability to target you. At least in some way, some of the time. Maybe. It's supposed to help. So I do it. I'm just following orders. Although recently I have noticed, you see how this Thargoid is turned all red and stripy there like a barber pole just now. When he does that, my thermal vent stops working and my temperature goes up. Yeah, he's got the beam attack, so I'm concentrating. This is allowing me to concentrate fire on that exposed heart. I'm not going to be able to take it out, but yeah. Hopefully I did some damage on it, but a couple of my guns were reloading right there, so I wasn't able to bring the full firepower out on them. Yeah, I recently noticed that when he turns all red and white stripy like that, my thermal vent stops working and my temperature goes back up. I had not noticed that before. Although it seems to be working now. It is odd. I'm not sure what's up with that. Yeah, it's all about hitting them hearts, man. They're tough. You don't need a fucking scanner to figure out where them hearts are. The hard part is just hitting the damn things. I got lucky here. I usually have to go back to the station at least once when trying to take one of these out, because normally these bot NPC pilots are not out here helping me out. In this case, they are. Usually, I'll try to go to the Thargoid that all the bots are attacking, and as soon as I get there and start shooting them, they all leave. They'll all go after the other Thargoid, the one I'm not shooting at. It's annoying. You cannot trust them. They're robots. They have no sympathy. Okay, we got them now. We're just about done here. I'm about to catch a caustic missile. Yeah, he nailed me that time. Yeah, he should go down here any second. There's somebody's limpet out there, but there's no way I'm going to find that. There he goes. Another annoying thing is that sometimes you kill these guys and you don't get credit for it. I assume that's some kind of a bug. I don't think there's anything I'm doing wrong. Sometimes I kill them and I just don't get credit, but that's alright. It's all for the good of humanity. Yeah, I'm in silent running now. This is to clean off the contamination, and hopefully there's not another interceptor over there hanging out by the station, waiting to kill me when I try to dock. You don't want to wait too long before going back to the station. I try to go back if I'm down to 60%, I'll go back to the station rather than take a risk, because like as not, that interceptor will try to follow you back here. You want to try to evade the interceptor before coming back here if possible. Not a bad idea to pop off a heat sink too as you're trying to land. At least I think it might be a good idea. Seems to be helping in this case. Okay, well that's about as clean of a kill as I've ever gotten yet so far. I'm still practicing with this. That's all I got to tell you. Have a good day.